Welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy.
Mr. Clockton, your attention, please.
Sorry, Madam Kagawa.
Everyone, please welcome a new student to our flying class.
Hello.
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely, as broom flight is, first and foremost, a means of transportation. This, I fear, some of you have forgotten. Diving, rolling, and loop-the-loops will not be taught or in fact tolerated in this class. We'll leave that to professional Quidditch players, like the Toyohashi Tengu. Not a fan, I take it? Now, let's see how well everyone kept up with their practice over the summer holidays. For those who need a refresher, step up to your broom, say up firmly and clearly, then kick your leg over and rest your weight on the seat. Up! Thank you. Now, your turn.
Up.
Up.
Up, you stupid ratty school broom. Up.
Makes me feel like the broom is just a pet dog.
One leg over, so there's a leg on each side. None of that side saddle nonsense. A gust of wind will throw you right off. And if you hear my whistle while you're in flight, ground yourself at once. Good. Now, for your first lesson, fly through each ring in the courtyard. Do take care.
Take some getting
The
used to.
brooms are school property.
This
I
is
want them
brilliant.
returned in one piece.
I bet that they took Quidditch out of this one, and then they're going to use it as incentive for us to buy the next Hogwarts game.
Well done. Now that you're acclimatized to your broom, let's see how well you manage with a more advanced exercise, shall we? This next set of rings will take you around the grounds for more of a challenge.
Well, hey, pretty cool. We get to just like fly around the grounds, check it out, see the scenery. Did Harry and them ever do like a full tour around Hogwarts on the brooms? Like aside the random things they were doing, right? Did they ever like go on a full circle of Hogwarts at all? I wonder how accurate this is. Like if you compare the movies to the game, I wonder if you can like compare scenes. Someone should really do that if they haven't done it already. Like compare what it looks like, see how well they did and just, the creativity of it. I think it would be really cool to have like a side-by-side comparison of the scenes and the areas that were in the movie, just to compare. I think that'd be pretty cool. Also, speaking of being pretty cool, now that we have the broom, we're able to fly literally just about anywhere. You just can't fly like inside Hogsmeade or like in certain areas, like obviously in buildings and stuff. So, you can use it to get around outside, which is great though. Absolutely fantastic. You can use it anytime, as much as you want. You can use it to run away from fights if you want, whatever the case may be. Having the broom is a great addition, and I'm so happy to finally have it. I feel like I've done so many missions. I'm like level 15 or something like that, like 17 maybe. Just kind of crazy, It takes a good bit for you to get the broom finally.
I say, I watched you fly through those rings. You seem to handle yourself on that dusty school broom well enough. I'd imagine you're ready for something a bit more challenging. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We met in the common room. I'm Everett Clockton. So, care to join me for a bit of high-flying fun?
Kagawa seems strict. I wouldn't want to get into trouble.
Kagawa won't even notice. Besides, a bird doesn't learn how to fly by staying in the nest. Follow me.
Well, alright then, I guess so. We'll go on a little journey with this guy, go on the magic school bus ride around with, what was her name? Miss Fizzle? Man, they went on some wild quests. Absolutely wild episodes. Like, if you look up, like, the weird moments, oh, that show is so out of pocket. Also, just in general, I feel like a lot of the shows we grew up with were pretty out of pocket, to be honest. Just given, there was a lot of adult humor that, as a kid you don't catch or realize, right? Like, we'll go back and we'll watch Shrek 2 or something nowadays, you know? Like, oh my goodness. Lord Farquaad, that guy, man, there is some sensual innuendos with that guy, let me tell you. And just in general, you know, I love Donkey's crude humor too. Like, oh, absolutely fantastic. It's nice to relive the childhood watching it with the kids and stuff.
Lean forward for a burst of speed. Helpful if you need to escape a tricky situation.
Oh, we have a boost. Imagine if we just had like a little can of NOS underneath the broomsticks and you could just crank that and just like if there's some sort of like, you know, way to inject it. I don't know, maybe in the magical world, who knows? Maybe you could rig something up. But regardless, I think it would just be funny if people were just cruising by, you know? Like they don't do car races, they do broom races, you know what I mean? Which I think is pretty funny, honestly.
And where have you two been?
Oh, hello, Professor. We were trying to get a bit of extra practice in.
Hefty points will be taken from each of you for not following my instructions. Mr. Clopton, I am disappointed in you. You're in this class because you're still not showing yourself, or frankly, your broom the proper respect.
But, Professor...
Enough. Class is finished for the day. As for you, you do well to use better judgment in the future. Chin up. That was some rather good flying.
Sorry about that business with Kagawa, but you have to admit, those views were worth it.
It was worth losing a few house points for that detour.
You seem at home on a broom. Bet if you had a fancy model, you could fly laps around Imelda. She's Kagawa's favorite. I could show her a thing or two if I had my own broom. Hate having to return the school broom after class.
Perhaps I'll have to purchase a broom then.
If you can, you should. Wish I could. I recommend visiting Albie Weeks at Spintwitches in Hogsmeade. He's always looking to test new models. I'll keep an eye out for you in the sky.
Well, that's another quest out of the way, thankfully. We finally earned our broom, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm delighted to have it. So now to just continue onwards. What level are we? Oh, we're level 13. Wow, I was way off. I thought it was higher than that. But hey, either way, you know, you still got to do a good bit of missions, including like side quests and stuff, you know? So if you want to be a decent level when you get the broom anyways. Also really cool the way that they made like the skill trees work in this game. Really cool. You get a talent point every time you level up, and then you can put it into a category to kind of determine how you want your wizarding experience to be, you know? You can kind of tailor it to the spells that you want to use yourself.
What happened in class?
No need to discuss it further. Losing points for Ravenclaw should serve as a deterrent against future escapades.
I've not forgotten about our library venture. How did you fare? If you're keen for some illicit...
Anytime you see a Sebastian quest, go and do it. This Sebastian quest line is how you unlock the curses, you know, like Avada Kedavra, the kill curse and all that, Crucio. Whenever you see Sebastian, go and do his quest immediately, and you have to be careful with the choices you make sometimes. Just a little fun fact. When it gets close to unlocking the killing curse especially, your choices matter.
It has. Glad you received my owl. I have something to show you.
First, let me thank you for what you did in the library.
Of course. Scribner tried to give me detention, but I have ways out of these things.
Well, you took the fall for me, and that counts for something.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I did, but something was missing. I'm not sure here is the best place to discuss it.
Understood. We can talk more in a moment, in the Undercroft. Not even the professors know about this place. This way.
Ooh, we're getting romantic now. Bro's trying to take me into a dark little area, you know, secluded area of the school. Bro's gonna try and get romantic, you know? Do we let him riz us up? Skippity riz? I hate myself. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens in here, I suppose. I think we unlock the Confringo curse in this one, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the Confringo curse anyways that we get, which is fantastic. It is a distanced fire spell, unlike Incendio, which is like around your proximity pretty much. You have to be really close to an enemy. So Confringo is great to have. And you also need it to do some little side things that you can unlock, those little papers as well.
I think I've seen Ominous in potions. Or was it herbology? I've noticed that he uses his wand to navigate the castle.
He does. No idea how, though. Ominous was born blind, and no spell could reverse it. His wand seems almost sentient, Not surprising, I suppose. Ollivander always says, the wand chooses the wizard.
Is that how he found this place?
No, someone in his family knew about it. The Gaunts are full of secrets. I've never heard anyone else speak of it, and I've certainly never seen anyone else here. Again, mention this to no one, especially Ominous. He has no love lost for his family or their secrets, but this place is special to him.
Understood. But why does Ominous have no love lost for his family?
His father's family are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Obsessed with blood status, most of them. Ominous cannot abide them, as he'll be the first to tell you. Anyway, the Undercroft has been a perfect place to sneak off to, away from prying eyes, and even practice otherwise forbidden spells.
Really? Like what?
Like the blasting curse. Professors say it's not an appropriate spell to teach students.
A proper magical education ought to include all magic.
My thoughts exactly. A spell like Confringo is only truly dangerous in untrained hands. Such spells should be properly taught, not banned. To be fair, I'm admittedly partial to more fiery forms of magic. But you should learn it. I can teach it to you safely here. It may take a while to get the feel for it. Mimic my wand movement. The incantation is Confringo.
Very well.
I still think it was a huge missed opportunity. They could have released like some sort of wand controller or something where you could learn the spells this way or cast every time you flick it. Like, you know, some sort of Kinect type device, but something that is actually decent and kind of works similar to the Wii, you know, but a little better nowadays, of course. Wii is still legendary, but I think that would have been really cool, you know, to be able to play through and cast like that. Even if it was just like a side attachment you stuck in the controller and every time you flicked, it would understand you were trying to cast and then, you know, maybe you could move or something. I don't know. Anyways, just a cool idea, I think. I think it would be pretty cool if they made one. But hey, you know what? Who am I to say? Maybe it's not so easy. I don't know nothing about that kind of stuff. So hey, what can you do? But hey, now we got Confringos, so that's really awesome. It is quite fantastic. And now with all those lit, we can just chat with Sebastian here. And I think that's the end of the quest.
When I practiced Confringo, we singed our eyebrows.
I would have paid to see that.
I swore we'd never live it down. So this day, there's something about that spell that's addictive.
This is exactly the type of magic I've been hoping to learn.
There's more where that came from. Been practicing similar spells here for ages. Although, I didn't tell Anne and Ominous about every one. Haven't been here in some time. It's not the same without Anne.
I'm sorry about your sister. If there's anything I can do...
Perhaps when I next head to Feldcroft, you could come along. Meet Anne. She could use some cheering up.
Just let me know when, and I'll meet you.
Oh, she misses Hogwarts. She's been stuck at home with our guardian, Uncle Solomon. Unfortunately, you'll have to meet him too. Well, meeting a new student will be precisely what she needs.
I shall look forward to it.
Cheers. By the way, what was it you couldn't discuss out in the hall? You said something was missing from what you found in the library. I assume it's to do with what you told me. About the Portkey, and Gringotts, and Ranrock.
Nothing gets past you. And yes, it is. As I'm sure you suspect, there is a bit more to all of this.
I'm listening.
You must promise to keep this between us.
I trusted you with knowledge of the secret Undercroft. You can trust me.
All right. I can see traces of ancient magic.
Ancient magic? I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but it wasn't that. What does that even mean?
Honestly, I'm not entirely certain. All I know is that I can see whispers of an old magic that hardly anyone else can. Fig and I think that Ranrock has somehow found a way to harness that magic's power.
Are you telling me that goblins may be wielding some sort of wizard magic?
That's what we're trying to find out.
And this ability of yours, does it allow you to wield this magic too?
I don't know.
Well, when you do know, tell me. I've been studying archaic forms of magic for ages. Perhaps we can help each other. In the meantime, with both Rookwood and Ranrock after you, I suspect a bit more time practicing the blasting curse is in order. Spend as much time here as you'd like. And remember, keep this place between us.
Hey, no problem, buddy. Seems like we're all sharing secrets here, you know? We got a little bit of dirt on each other, you know? Now there's some blackmail material. If you betray me and you get with another person and you don't pursue me romantically, bro, I'm gonna ruin your life, let me tell you. I'll take Ominous in here and give him the strap in front of you, boy, let me tell you. I'll use, what is it, Accio or Levioso and make you watch, bro. Let me tell you, don't mess around with Meow Catemz.
Hello, Sebastian. Wait. You there? I can hear you.
Oh, hello. Ominous, isn't it? I believe we have potions together. And herbology?
I recognize that voice. Heard you talking to Gareth Weasley in potions class. You're the new 5th year. Did you just come from the Undercroft? How did you get in there?
Actually, Sebastian brought me there. But he made it perfectly clear to keep quiet about it.
That rat! You breathe a word about this place to anyone, and not even your precious Professor Fig will be able to help you. My father is friends with the headmaster, and I'm not afraid to exploit that connection if I need to.
You needn't threaten me. I'm not going to say anything about your Undercroft.
Why should I trust you? You just betrayed Sebastian.
Please, I was trying to defend him. He was clear that this was a secret place and I was to tell no one. He's a good friend.
I don't need you to tell me about my oldest friend. Thank you very much.
Ominous, I just meant...
I know what you meant. Sebastian gets himself in enough trouble. He doesn't need your help.
You know what? I think bro's jealous of our friendship. That's what I think, Ominous. I think you jealous, brother. That's what I think of you. But that's alright. Yeah. I would give him the spell combo if I could, but hey, what can you do? Also pretty cool about Ominous, he actually sees, like, with his wand. He's blind, right? So he doesn't actually see. But when you see him, like, wandering Hogwarts, you'll see him with his little wand in the air with a light on. He uses it to move around. It's actually a really cool feature. And the nice thing, too, about the NPCs here at Hogwarts is you can see them around everywhere, you know, doing different things. You can find Sebastian in different places all over the school. It's really neat how they made things work here.
You seem to be a flyer who might be interested in, say, some enhancements.
Go on.
Ha! Knew I was right about you. I think you'll be quite happy with the performance of any broom at lower altitudes. But you may notice that speed consistency tends to falter as you rise. I believe I can remedy this issue. I have some ideas for enchantments, upgrades, if you will, that will improve the performance of any broom you fly. What I need is someone to conduct a broom flight and report back to me so I can perfect the upgrades. As it happens, another Hogwarts student, Imelda Reyes, is using abandoned broom courses for time trials. Clever girl. An ideal situation for collecting flight statistics. If you were to compete for the best time and succeed, then report back to me with how your broom behaved, I could complete work on my first upgrade. What say?
That sounds intriguing. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It'll be worth your while. If I'm right, the new upgrade ought to enhance brooms in every regard. And I can give you a special price. The time trial should be a bit of fun too. Go to the Quidditch pitch and Imelda Reyes will sort you out. Once you've beaten Imelda's time, be sure to let me know.
Well, alright, sounds good to me, brother. We're gonna go ahead and do a little race here. We're gonna beat the queen. I think you can check the leaderboards afterwards. I'm gonna do my best to do as good as I can. Also, peep the mask. I feel like it makes us more mysterious and a little creepy too.
Broom upgrade, no doubt. I tried to help him once. He nitpicked my flying technique, and that was the end of that. The nerve. Why is he roping you into his broom testing silliness? You've barely started flying from what I know. Caught wind of you showing off in flying class with Clopton.
Seems someone's jealous of my skills on a broom.
Me, Slytherin Quidditch captain, jealous of you. Everyone knows that class is only for beginners, troublemakers, and bumbling baboons. But for some reason, now people think you're competition. Ugh, I can't be having that.
Perhaps I am competition.
You're not even Slytherin. Could be a useless squib for all I know. Enough of this. Only one way to find out who's the better flyer. I hold one of the fastest times on this course. Let's see if you can beat it. Slytherin versus Ravenclaw.
Actually, why not? I can beat your record.
I'm so looking forward to seeing you lose.
You know, just because you put it like that, now we gotta win. You know, you're gonna disrespect right there, brother. You see that confidence? We gotta tear that down a little bit. You know, clearly you got a little too much, so we're gonna take a little trim off the top. You know, we're gonna take a little off the old tree. You know. Also, when you're doing this, make sure that you get into those little yellow bubbles as much as you can. Those are what give you an insane speed boost and refill your boost meter as well. So the more you hit, the faster you'll go and the less time you'll take to complete this. So, you know, I haven't really done this in a long time. I'm pretty rusty, so I'm doing my best. And you know what? I'm honestly not doing too bad. I'm pretty impressed. Like, so far, so good, you know? I find you just gotta kind of get used to adjusting the camera angle at the right time so that you get your broom in the right direction. Like right there, I kind of messed up a little bit by only getting the one ring, but at least I still got one, you know? And I think you can only achieve the very best time if you get every single little golden ring here. So basically, you know, it's like a flawless run. I think the fastest time is like 1 minute and 32 seconds, something like that, when you check the leaderboards afterwards. But for now, 2.5 minutes basically is way more time than you need. And if you fail this, then you have got quite a bit of practicing to do, which is also what this is for, of course. But I mean, this is pretty hard to mess up, to be honest with you. But hey, you know, each to their own. We all learn at our own pace, and that's okay too. But yeah, you just want to make sure you hit all these, and then you're good to go pretty much. And you don't want to miss rings as well. If you do miss rings, then you will get penalized in time for that, and it will be added. So that could also result in a loss very quickly. So make sure that you go through all the rings at least. If you're missing all those yellow circles, that's fine. You might be able to still do it as long as you go through the rings, but yeah, the penalized time adds up really quickly. And you know what, we're doing pretty good. Like a minute, what, 1:40 it looks like? Oh, jeez. That messed me up looking away for a second there. But hey, 1:42, that's pretty good. And yeah, see, we didn't miss any rings. So, you know what, I feel like that's good. I think it should also be an achievement to beat the world, like whatever the world record is too, in terms of like in Hogwarts, of course. You know, I think that would be a cool achievement to work for.
Fine, you won. Don't think this is over. You can't determine skill from one single trial.
Surely my win means something.
You're not terrible, but you're still going to have to prove yourself if you want to earn my respect.
I don't want respect from the likes of you. All you do is insult people.
You and everyone else need to get a thicker skin. Anyway, I'm moving on to the next course. It's near Irondale and offers a much tougher challenge. You can try to prepare by racing this course again. Just check in at the podium, where the leaderboard is. You can check your time and start the race. We'll see next time if your win here was more than just a fluke. Whilst on an errand for Albie Weeks.
Well, hey, you know what? We did good. Did some Sebastian quests. We unlocked our broom. We did this race. We beat... Wow. We actually almost... Yeah, I was right. 1:32. We did really great. But anyways, thanks for watching this episode of Hogwarts Legacy. I will see you in the next one. I appreciate every single one of you. And see you later.